Hi there and welcome to She Spice. You know it's insane how the entire Diddy circumstances, by all accounts, creating a shaded area over everybody he's at any point been related to. It resembles a cascading type of influence on the show. Remember when people said that anybody connected to Diddy would experience the intensity of these claims? Well, it's playing out very well. I appreciate that a lot on the show. Remember when people said that anybody connected to Diddy would experience the intensity of these claims? Well, it's playing out very well. I appreciate that a lot on the show. Remember when people said that anybody connected to Diddy would experience the intensity of these claims? Well, it's playing out very well. I appreciate that a lot on the show. Remember when people said that anybody connected to Diddy would experience the intensity of these claims? Well, it's playing out very well. I appreciate that a lot on the show. Remember when people said that anybody connected to Diddy would experience the intensity of these claims? Well, it's playing out very well. I appreciate that a lot of huge names have been hauled into whirling tales about Diddy, and whether there's any reality to it or not, their notorieties are enduring a shot, and presently it seems to be Sneak Homie, maybe the most recent celeb getting maneuvered into the Diddy huge. Names have been hauled into whirling tales about Diddy, and whether there's any reality to it or not, their notorieties are enduring a shot, and presently it seems to be Sneak Homie, maybe the most recent celeb getting maneuvered into the Diddy huge. Names have been hauled into whirling tales about Diddy, and whether there's any reality to it or not, their notorieties are enduring a shot, and presently it seems to be Sneak Homie, maybe the most recent celeb getting maneuvered into the Diddy huge name. Ease have been hauled into whirling tales about Diddy, and whether there's any reality to it or not, their notorieties are enduring a shot, and presently it seems to be Sneak Homie, maybe the most recent celeb getting maneuvered into the Diddy show. Huge names have been hauled into whirling tales about Diddy, and whether there's any reality to it or not, their notorieties are enduring a shot, and presently it seems to be Sneak Homie, maybe the most recent celeb getting maneuvered into the Diddy show. The word on the road is that Suge Knight is equipping to drop some stunner proof, probably connecting Sneak to Diddy as his overseer. The tension Sug is putting on all Diddy is out of this world. It resembles he's determined to see Diddy in jail very much like him. He's not keeping down, prepared to freshen up Diddy's filthy clothing and any other person who could have been messed up in a similar wreck. So what's going on with this entire Sneak purportedly being Diddy's overseer thing all around? We should make a plunge and disentangle the succulent subtleties definitely in the event that this multitude of individuals realized what was happening and going on. No one never come in to kill anyone, so you a player in it, you a player in the at Snake. So as of late, Suge Knight guaranteed that Sneak, Home Slice, and Dr. Dre are among those engaged with a mysterious society with Diddy on a new episode of Gather Call, with Knight that broadcasted through Dave May's Breakbeat Media. The previous music Big Shot recommended that rappers painting their nails and purchasing Diddy Presents indicate them being a piece of an elite gathering. Once they begin painting they fingernails and wearing ladies' garments, they got you. He said, I recollect when that's A was giving Puffy an honor at the expert cap grants. Andre went up there and got him a costly watch and gave it to him before everyone else. He fundamentally admitted his affection for this man, and then Puffy and Sneak became best friends. Each time you see one, you see the other one, and before you know it, they begin painting their fingernails. Yet again, I didn't check out. He likewise referenced how the game purchased Diddy a Lamborghini when Diddy had more cash than him, saying it's all essential for the mysterious society. The game purchased Puffy a Lamborghini when Puffy had more cash than the game. Why are you purchasing this man a Lamborghini? You realize your home slices don't even have a Lamborghini, yet it's that mysterious society that for this thing to work and fix it, they got to begin as far as possible once again in these significant record names in these enormous structures. They need to dispose of the multitude of people who were associated with the toxic substance and the Snake. I feel like an old doy, so I purchased a Ferrari. That's what's up, man. It was only a Tuesday. You realize your home slices even have a Lamborghini. They most likely at no point ever repetition in a Lamborghini, however, once in the future that mysterious society. This present time, this isn't the main opportunity. The game's been hauled into obscure dealings with Diddy. He's even guessed about it himself. In the past, he'd and through, say, Diddy made a move, yet he shared some eyebrow-raising stuff. The game let the cat out of the bag about hanging with Diddy for a strong 2 years, doing the entire shopping binge scene and not dropping a soul. Ittery track together a couple of times. I was going around with DMAC and Puff, and we just did a lot of celebrating. We could have gone to the studio on more than one occasion, but I don't figure I didn't get to record anything. I was simply, you realize, some time ago, visiting with Vlad Television, and the game became genuinely about high-profile rappers driving a digit of a twofold life. He tossed it out there, saying he thinks there are a few rappers in the storeroom, playing it off by connecting with bunches of women. The game resembled I'm cool with being gay. Be glad for it. His issue is with people claiming not to be gay when they really are causing medical problems, and when asked, he worked with a rapper not being straight up about their direction. He resembled, no doubt, a man some man fans out there in hip bounce are fundamentally saying that on the off chance that you're gay, simply own it. There is no requirement for all the stowing away and imagining the game dropped. No names except for he tossed a few clues and not being full stowing away and attempting to imagine like he, loves young ladies and carries on with the rap way of life. However, he's a man fan. He's a man fan. Better believe it, there is a ton of man spread out. There in hip bounce, then he hits up drink. Winners and spills every one of the insights concerning how he encountered back in 2001. The game was taking serious actions in music with his sibling Large Stage 100. They concocted a mixtape and it landed solidly in Diddy's grass games, thinking great terrible kid bargain not to. Far off, however, no didn't occur why. As per game, Diddy had a few wild assumptions. He probably believed that game some other rapper should take care of business in return for a record bargain they resembled no not happening. G presently get out ahead of the Beverage Champions episode, and the game spills the tea. Diddy's behaving like they're going to drop a collection, yet rude awakening for a strong 2 years. It's simply globe jogging Diddy, throwing cash around purchasing game, a wide range of bling, and watches yet here's the curve. When Diddy got on that game, wasn't gnawing on anything offer he evidently had as a primary concern. He gave him to Dr. Dre, now back to Suge K, and he had recently discussed Dre Sneak and Diddy on his digital broadcast as well as the previously mentioned Secret Society back in February. He referred to the NW, a beatmaker history of savagery against ladies and his support and expressed bunch, while shielding Chris earthy-colored, you can have a man that is important for that mysterious society, and they are going to give him an honor the effect grant he said that moi effect. Beat up more beat than anyone, this man gets an honor for pummeling ladies the detained record chief then. At that point, contrasted Dre's circumstance with Chris Brown's 2009 A of then sweetheart Rihanna is saying Chris beat Brown is deprived of his crown, and not saying it was correct that him furthermore, Rihanna got into it, and they had a battle, or he beat her up. I'm not saying that, but rather what I'm talking about is that he had a battle with one lady or beat up one lady. They were still projecting stones at him, he added. They don't give him his stogie. They don't allow him to come perform. They don't let him basically win grants. Yet you can have an effect. Grant and Andrew are now close to all of this. Knight has likewise guaranteed that Sneak Homeboy might have something to do with passing in a meeting. Sug requested replies from Nose around 2 packs, saying he needs to have a serious eye-to-eye visit with his previous craftsman, and it doesn't stop there. Suge's tossing out a few wild cases, like recommending that Sneak tell another rapper not to go to Vegas with the Death Row team back in 1996, in light of the fact that something will occur to the extent that the puffy circumstance I extremely truly got to have a genuine discussion with Sneak. He said I realized that Pac did everything right by him, by putting him in everyone's eyes, talking about him, and being genuine with him, and in the event that it's actually what they express up close and personal, it will be a ton of making sense to do. Sug likewise tended to comment on the comments made by Warren G on Drink Winners, where he reviewed him. Furthermore, Sneak found out that around 2 packs were shooting through a Nextel radio while in Los Angeles. The main way you would have a radio is on the off chance that you were at the battle with us and he had a security detail. Knight said he did not have a security detail. How are you doing on the radio? How could you have a play-by-play on the radio, just like you would have a radio, assuming you were at the battle with us and you had a security detail? Now that you do not have a security detail, how are you doing on the radio? Warren G had recently uncovered that he coincidentally saved Sneak K9 from possibly having a chance, or more regrettable cute, in the hit and run assault that guaranteed 2 packs' lives. Legend shared the mind-blowing story during his most recent appearance on Drink Winners, where he made sense of how Sneak had initially wanted to go to Las Vegas with Pac and Suge Knight to watch the Mike Tyson versus Bruce Seldon battle on September 7, 1996. In a random bit of destiny, the canine dad adjusted his perspective without a second to spare and took Warren G up on his proposal to watch the WBA heavyweight challenge at his home in Los Angeles. All things considered, in the event that I could never have conversed with him and inspired him to approach my home, he presumably would have been not too far off in that frame of mind with them. There were further cases from Knight, including him saying that Sneak Homeboy and Daz Dillinger did a tune with one of Pac's supposed DeAndre Smith. Knight likewise said that Sneak never visited Tupac in clinic after his shooting, albeit the canine dad has said on various occasions that he saw Pac before he kicked the bucket. Relating the episode on Logan Paul's rash digital broadcast last year, Sneak said he got tubes in him, and when I strolled in, I could simply feel that he wasn't even there. Rhea and I blacked out. Then his mom got me up and strolled me to the restroom and had a discussion with me about being solid. It has been supposed that Sneak, Canine, and Tupac dropped out in practically no time before the last demise after the gin and squeeze rapper lauded the famous Large in a radio meeting, which might possibly make sense of why Knight accepts he had something to do with the shooting, and we should not neglect it's likewise a main justification for why Suge Knight has an issue that T remains to be worked out with Diddy. Supposedly, Diddy was likewise in the blend of suspects attached to the Tupac's demise. Suge, who found himself both an observer and a casualty in the shooting, shared a chilling record of the episode with Las Vegas police during a meeting only 3 days after the occasion, reviewing the evening of September 7, 1996, as they traveled along Las Vegas Road with rap music filling. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.